So we're having lunch.
Again. Yum.
Nothing complicated today.
No.
La patatina.
Chips again.
Vi faccio
Oh, grazie, sì.
So this afternoon we've come down to a different beach and I'm with Patricia. And we're Oro Beach, yeah, near Milano. And we have in Milano. And we have Rocky with us, and we're just going to go into the water, and then we're going for something to eat this evening. Yeah, there's a bit of fresh air in here as well, so it's nice. Okay, see you later. Salami picante, as usual now. And you'll have what?
Gnocchi gorgonzola. Gorgonzola.
Very nice.
Very nice.
And a mixed salad.
Yes, with lots of green beans.
Yeah, it has got a lot of beans in there. And Rocky is keeping an eye on the guests on the next table. Good evening, everybody, and yeah, it was actually quite a busy day in the end today. So I started doing a bit of the garden at the back of the villa and just digging the borders over and getting a few weeds out and trimming some of the bushes and things at the back. So it's a little bit tidier out there, which I need to show you. Then I was working on the driveway, just getting a bit of grass out between the paving stones, which actually takes quite a bit of time and it's quite tough getting the grass out. So but I want to do a bit more on the driveway tomorrow, do some edging and make it look a bit tidier, a bit more presentable on the way in, because it is actually looking quite tidy now as you approach the villa. A lot of the rubbish has gone, but there's still a lot more to be taken away. But I think there's more we actually can do with regards to tidying up the garden and things and edging and that kind of thing, and that will make it 10 times better. Then I had a really nice lunch with Gina, and we went to a local restaurant in Mandello, and it was one that I wanted to go to for quite a while because a few people have recommended it. A little bit nicer than some of the other restaurants around, and the prices reflected that, but it's actually quite a nice restaurant and it was actually a very nice lunch. So and then Gina dropped me off in Bolano at Patricia's house, and then this afternoon we've been swimming in the lake, and I actually found a new beach today. So there was where we used to live in Bolano, in the apartment, just below there was actually quite a big beach called Oro Beach. I didn't know it was there, and it wasn't that busy, and Rocky had a great time. He likes to be given the stones out of the lake and then he takes them ashore and then he comes running back for the next one, but he won't actually go swimming, he just goes paddling. And then after that it was almost 7 o'clock, so we then went to one of our favourite restaurants in Bolano. We call it Coloured Chairs, but it's Benina's, and it's the pizzeria, and I had my usual salami picante pizza, which was very nice. And now back at the villa, so yeah, it's been quite a busy day, as I say, and tomorrow I just want to get a few little jobs done because we've got quite a busy weekend ahead. And I made some arrangements with the plumber for next week and the tiler, so that's all in place. So yeah, lots done today, and I think maybe tonight, relax a little bit tonight, and then another early night, I think. Good morning, everybody. And the job we started yesterday was getting the weeds out of the driveway, so just going to carry on doing a little bit on that at the moment. So I've been going around getting some of the weeds out and edging the lawns, etc. And I've just actually noticed the I call it the carbonara, but the carbonari police have arrived, and I think they're doing some document checks, vehicle document checks. It seems to be their favourite spot to park outside here in the lay-by and look for vehicles. So I think they're just stopping vehicles, which is a good thing because it just slows some of the traffic down, I guess. But it just means I can't go out there leaf blowing while they're out there. Anyway, see you later. So another job we're going to look at this morning is the table that we brought over from England. I've had the table for maybe 16, 18 years, and it's a solid table. It's lasted very well, but every year it does need a bit of a clean and a bit of a sand down. Because we've only just bought it over here, it hasn't been done so far this year, but and it wasn't really a priority, but yeah, we're using it every day and we're sitting outside at the table. So I've got the sander, so we're going to give it a bit of a sand and see how it comes up. The table's had a good sand down now, so what we're actually going to do now is just give it a quick wash down, give it a bit of a clean, and then we have some teak oil that we're going to put on. I'm going to give it a try, because one thing I did forget was when I oiled it last year, I actually used like a kitchen worktop oil, which is quite tough going. It's a bit like a cross between an oil and a varnish. And so it was quite actually difficult to get off, because I think it's gone well into the grain, but it's had a good sand anyway, and we'll see what it looks like when we put the teak oil on there. So it's just had a bit of a wash down, and one thing I do like about being here is that because it's so warm here, if you have to do a job where you need to wash something down and wait for it to dry, it doesn't take very long at all. And I've literally just washed this table over and it's beginning to dry already, so I think maybe in another 10 minutes or so it should be dry enough to give it a final rub down, and then a coat of the teak oil to see what it looks like. Okay, it's actually covered quite well. Looks actually worse on camera than it does in real life, but yeah, so it's covered very well. The only thing that hasn't come up very well is where the product that was on before it's got quite a heavy sealant on it, and the oil is not penetrating through that in some areas. So I think what I'm actually going to do now is just let it dry for a little bit. It shouldn't take too long because the oil's already soaking in, and then some of the areas like here where it's just not quite penetrated through, I'm going to give that a light sand again, and then just apply another coat of oil over the top. But it's actually looking a lot better than I expected, so yeah, quite pleased with that. So the table's had another light sand and another coat of the oil, and it's actually looking quite good now. So just waiting for that to dry off a little bit, and for the oil to, well, for the wood to take the oil. And while we were waiting for the table to dry, I also did the barbecue unit, which is already a teak colour anyway, and it just had a few marks on where grease etc had built up on the top, so I gave it a very light sand, and it's also had a teak oil on the top of there as well, so it looks quite good. We have actually got some more furniture, very similar colour, but that's actually upstairs, so I may do that another day. And this might actually be the same oil that I do the windows with on the front of the house. I just need to look at the weather protection on it, because they probably do need something a bit stronger for the front doors and the doors. So, but yeah, I'll have a look to see what sort of protection it gives. And but yeah, quite pleased with that, and it's looking okay.